What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cigars and Whiskey for our next review, and we are doing a review on a couple cigars. For the next few reviews, they'll be in sequence as I do them, but it is coming from the cigars that I'm reviewing are by AJ Fernandez. It is a box-pressed Perfecto mega sampler that he has created, and it does feature quite a few different cigars. The one we're reviewing today is a San Lotano Oval box pressed Perfecto, and that's a 6x60, and again box pressed, so it is squared, but a Perfecto like a torpedo. Actually, it's one of the sizes and the shapes that I like out of all the cigars that I've tried. This is definitely one that I'm really excited for, and I'm just a big fan of the AJ Fernandez brand. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into our review today of the San Lotano, which a lot of people have had, and I've had in the past. I just have never reviewed the Perfecto, and I don't know if this is anything different, because there's a lot of speculation that if you buy cigars on Cigar International, a lot of the name brands aren't exactly the same. Now, I haven't experienced that myself. I know that is truthful when you look for Gurkha. There's a lot of off-the-wall Gurkha brands and names that they've given them, and they've released them that way through CI. Doesn't mean that they're not good cigars. It just means that you're not necessarily going to find them in cigar shops because they're limited to those websites initially to help drive business for those. But with that said, we'll be back with the pre-draw of the San Lotano Oval Perfecto. Everybody, coming back with the pre-draw and the pre-cut on the Oval by the San Lotano by AJ. Now, this is a Habano 2000 wrapper, and they do use a long filler Honduran and Nicaraguan blend. Other than that, I can't find too much more information about exact things, but I do know it's a Habano 2000 wrapper. For those who don't know, it's another Habano that's widely popular for the year. But with that said, you can see it is a really dark, toothy wrapper. There is really no issue with it. There is a little bit of a tear, if you can see it right there. But other than that, nothing major. But with that, we're going to even cut that off because I'm going to use a straight cutter on the torpedo. That's what I would recommend for these Perfecto torpedo tips. But that doesn't mean that's what you have to do. Everybody can smoke it the way you like it. But I prefer the straight cut, and I just take a little bit off the top and make it flat. The other issue, the other issue is the end. How do you light it? Well, what I do is I just straight start, work away around, and then light it up. But I want to do the pre-draw before I get too far into this. And on that pre-draw, I am getting that real spicy, earthy profile from that Nicaraguan long filler and also that Honduran blend. A little lighter on the palate as far as the wrapper is giving. It's not as a dark, spicy black pepper profile you get normally on Nicaraguans, because it is a blend. It's a Habano, and it has that Honduran and Nicaraguan long filler. With that said, that's what we're getting. Like I said, construction is amazing. Tight seams. Just a little bit goofiness on the top, but it could happen shipping or when I was carrying it, who knows. But we're going to go ahead and light it up. Like I said, I started here on the tip. Let me flip this around. Start on the tip here, work it around. And then that'll get going. Sometimes you do need to touch them up again, but we're going to see how far we get with that. On the initial draw, I'm getting that real earthy profile, a little bit of a leather. Not so much chocolate of any kind. Not really a sweetness. It's just a real basic, in my palate, taste. It might be different, like I said, for everybody. But man, it's a pretty, I like all of the AJ cigars. I'm a fan of the San Lotanos. I know there's a lot of guys that I smoke with that they like those as well. But I have to say, over the last 5 or 6 years, reviewing cigars, the AJ Fernandez stuff that he either blends for or he's created the complete blending on his own, and people are using it. The stuff is like, it's like a Midas touch. The guy just draws it in. But like I said, if you haven't had a lot of AJ Fernandez cigars, you're not sure, you can definitely get that sampler pack. It is at Cigar International's, again for $89.99, I believe, plus shipping. I know there's some other websites that sell it. There are some other AJ Fernandez packs. If you're not into the torpedoes, they have regular cigars, which I also got those. But I just, honestly, my hands down, am a fan of his product. But we're going to keep smoking through that. I'll be back with the second, third right after this, so hang out. All right, everybody, welcome back for the second, third of our review, the San Lotano Oval Perfecto. And the second, third, we're starting to notice the same profile. It's really not a major change. It's a bad cigar. Some people, they want to taste different things in each third. It's just a well-balanced cigar. Really lighter with that Habano 2000 wrapper, gives a little more of a full profile with a little more of that leather than the pepper. Right now I am not drinking anything with it. I'm not drinking any water, I'm not drinking any alcohol, I'm not drinking any soda. Sometimes that does skew the profile. If you haven't had the cigar, I recommend you try it. If you need something to drink, try water. But again, you smoke it however you want. That's the whole thing. You can smoke a cigar the way you want to smoke it. It's up to you. But if you truly want to learn the profiles, then I suggest trying it plain if you haven't had it before. I've had this cigar, this version, this size before, and I love it. Like I said, I like the Perfectos, I like the 6x60 size, and I like them because they're all blended by AJ or made by AJ's factory, blended to the likings of the brands. But man, so far it's a great cigar. We're going to keep going through it. I'll be back. This is going to be a short review today because it is a really just a basic, well-rounded cigar. There's really nothing complex or hidden that you won't miss if you don't try it. But I would give it a full medium to a slow, full-flavored. It's not as strong as some of the darker cigars that are blended by AJ that have that either darker Maduro, the Oscuro wrapper, which is almost black. It's a different profile. But with that said, we're gonna keep smoking through it. I'll be back right after this with the final thirds of my final thoughts. All right, everybody, welcome back for the final third of our review of the San Lotano Oval. Now, again, for those who aren't aware of this, the San Lotano Oval has been out for a while, since 2011. Now, this is a different blend. I don't know if it's exactly a different blend, but I know it's a different not wrapper, but a different band on it, and it might be a slightly different profile than the originals. So there are some of those still out there, and those are as good just as well. But this one is starting to build a little strength. There is a little bit of a chocolate profile coming through. I am getting a little more of a toasted profile to it. And there's not very much, like I said, pepper or spice that I'm getting. There is a little bit like a red pepper on the back of the palate after I exhale. But not very much change in the cigar, but it is a great cigar, like I said. So if you haven't tried it and you're looking for cigars to try, if you're new to the cigar thing and you want a good sampler, then I recommend you check out the earlier information I gave about the Cigar International. I'll have that link for Cigar International in the comments below so you can check that out. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, always leave your comments. Thanks again for tuning in to Cigars and Whiskey. Have a great day, have a great smoke, and I'll see you next time.